Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to the Optimistic Survival Series. Today, I'm keeping my head turned to the ground so we don't upset any Endermen. We are checking out this End City that we came across in the last episode. I was trying to find Elytra at the end of yesterday's episode, but I ran out of time. I came across this, and we simply did not have time in yesterday's episode to tackle this behemoth. But that is exactly what we are doing today. Hopefully we can do it without dying, because we are very far away from where that portal brought us through. So dying isn't really an option for us. So I will screenshot the coordinates anyway, and we are just going to get right into this. Hopefully it's a success for us. Of course, it doesn't have an end ship. That is very unfortunate, especially for a city this size, but it is what it is. We can get a lot of shulker boxes from this, and hopefully a lot of... I am getting bombarded by those things, the levitation pellet things. I'm sure they have a technical name, but I don't know what it is. Alright, I took care of those shulkers there at the entrance. I have a little bit of food, and hopefully we can find quite a bit of loot in this end city. Alright, now this is probably the most dangerous room we are going to encounter, simply because of the amount of shulkers we are going to come across. We can already see 3 lined up on this wall. There's probably a 4th below them. So we are just going to try to shoot them. Our arrow is glitching like crazy, and it looks like they have detected us. So we're going to have to be very cautious here. Alright, here we go. I'm just going to eat real quick, and we are just going to get to work on all the ones that are opened. Alright, we're making a little bit of progress here. Right now I'm mostly concerned with making sure we kill as many as possible. Luckily our armor is really holding up for us, so I'm not too worried about dying. It's just continuing to get bombarded by all of these pellets. Alright, we've made it to the top of that. I will go back and collect some of those shulker shells that have dropped. But let's see what we have in these chests. Normally the loot is very impressive, so we'll see what we have in here. Looks like some diamond boots with depth strider 2, feather falling 4, protection 3, an efficiency 4 mending diamond pickaxe, 4 iron ingots. In this chest, a helmet with protection 4. We don't want to put those on. Those have curse of binding on them, but other great enchantments on those. Maybe we could put those on an armor stand or something. So now I'm just going to work my way slowly back down and pick up some of these shulker shells that have just kind of dropped here and there. Well, I'm not sure if this is due to the depth strider on the boots, but it looks like by staying in the water here, I'm not getting levitated at all. And there are a ton of shulkers in here. Alright, I almost have them all taken care of. There's definitely a lot, though. Alright, let me get this last one down here. Alright. And I should probably grab my water. Alright, so we've cleared out all of them inside of this room. Let's see what loot we have. Nothing great. We have some more iron, but the tools we don't really need. Efficiency 5, fortune 3 though, not bad. And we can go ahead and take advantage of this ender chest. We will even grab it, bring it with us. Never hurts to have a second one of those. Alright, we're going into another one of those tall rooms with the very large quantity of shulkers, so let's see how we do in here. Alright, well I think that takes care of all of them in there. I'm gonna have to go back down and grab all of those shells here in a minute. We have some gold now, very nice. And look at that, a new smithing template. That wasn't even really crossing my mind, but that is very nice for us. So hopefully we... Well, I would assume that's probably the only one, actually, so we'll hang on to that for sure. Alright, let me work my way back down here. And lots of experience down here, lots of shulker shells. That is fantastic for us. Even more experience down in this little section here with the stairs. Alright, so we are up to 22 shulker shells. I don't think we're going to need 11 shulker boxes for anything anytime soon, but that's always very nice for us to have. Alright, I'm just going to intentionally get hit by a few of these a couple times, and we will work our way over in this direction. Alright, it looks like we could have another room with some loot right up here, so let's see what we have. Yes. Alright, in here... Have we already been in here? I don't think we have. No, well, we clearly haven't, because there's an ender chest still. Again, I'm going to throw some more of that loot into there so we don't lose out on any of that. We will take that ender chest with us. I think we have just about tapped this end city dry in terms of loot, and there's still quite a few shulkers hanging around here and there, but I'm not too concerned about getting them down 100% of the way. Actually, I think we may have another room right here that we have not looted yet. It appears so. Alright, and in this chest, 4 diamonds and some more iron tools. Again, we don't need those. Alright, well, that ancient city is pretty well tapped, so I think we will continue on, hopefully finding an end ship. Again, I'm just going to start keeping track in the top corner how many times I call it an ancient city instead of an end city. Could I potentially be alluding to a future episode? Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Also, for anybody playing in this world seed, this ancient city is at these coordinates right here, about 1500 and 3500 in the end. Alright, it looks like we are coming up on another ancient... See, I did it again. Another end city, and this one does appear to have a ship. It's not as impressive as that one back behind us, but it has a ship, and that is all I really care about at this point. So let's give that one a go and see what we can come away with. Although, now that I am a little closer, it does look a bit more impressive. We have more of it loaded in, but I am really excited about that end ship. So it looks like we have some more work to do. Let's jump right into it with these shulker boxes right here at the bottom. Alright, I made it through the room here. Again, just doing that thing where I just kind of levitate up, and then how about that? Some more diamonds, and then diamond helmet, diamond chest plate. We are getting very loaded here. I was saying I did that thing where I levitate up and just kind of snipe them as I'm going up. 2 hits with my bow, and that's all they can handle. I'm glad I'm not outside, though. Well, I'm going to see if I can levitate all the way up to the ship. It's not going to be easy, and of course we're going to have to skip a lot of the loot for now that we're going to encounter, but I think it's worth a try. Just need to make sure that I'm eating a lot, and we do need to be very careful as we start to venture out over the void. Honestly, though, I think it would just be easier to go this way and get as close to that ship as possible. Plus, we have a loot chest in here. Those are always fun. Alright, we got some gold, a diamond shovel. And it looks like we are approaching the second big room here, so I'm just gonna get hit a few times, start levitating up, pop them with a couple arrows when they're open like that. And as long as we have our armor on with all of that protection on it, they don't really do much damage to us. Alright, and in these chests, 7 more diamonds, a bunch more gold, another smithing template. Definitely a success for us. And I think that's all of them in there. I'll have to go back and get those shulker shells here in a moment. But meanwhile, we are up here on the roof. We are going to levitate as high up as we possibly can and see if we can make it over to the ship. It's not going to be easy, but I do have an ender pearl, and we're just going to go for it, holding our ender pearl, and if we start to fall, we will just throw it at the ship unless we are over it, which we are now safe. And there we go. We have made it aboard. Let's grab the elytra before anything else and get the loot out of here, and the elytra has been secured. Sky's the limit for us, and we don't have mending on our boots. I need to be a little more cautious. We'll grab the rest of that gold, grab some more of that iron, and we will actually go ahead and throw all of this into the ender chest. Except maybe the elytra. I might put that on just for our own safety. And of course, we can't forget about the dragon head. I'm going to put the elytra on for this. I don't really feel comfortable walking out over the void now. Let me place a block underneath this. And we will go ahead and grab the dragon head. There we go. Of course, I don't have mending on the elytra, so I need to be very cautious when using it. But using it here and there is not a big deal at all. And with the rest of those shulker shells collected, I think now would be a great time to see if we can find a gateway back home, or a gateway back to the main island, and then head home from there. Of course, for that, it will probably require a bit more exploring for us. But we will take advantage of the elevation that we have up here and see if we can fly maybe over to that island. It looks like it could be promising. Oh, this is actually taking us back where we came from, but that's okay because there actually is a gateway a little back towards where we originated from. There were 2 very close to each other. But getting back to it is a much simpler process than working away from it, especially now that we have that elytra. Wait a minute. This is not the same end city. I just now realized that. It doesn't have a ship, but this is not the same city. I do want to check out the loot chest, though, because there is loot in here. And of course now diamonds are much more valuable due to the duplicating properties of the smithing templates, so I want to make sure that we can get as many of those as possible. But I'm just going to take advantage of the levitation, or at least try to, so that I can get a good starting point for our elytra and continue to try and find a gateway. And another diamond helmet, some emeralds, and quite a bit of iron. Alright, that's a pretty good height for us, although since we are up this high, we might as well continue to try and get that advancement. Doesn't look like we're going to get it on this go. Alright, I'm just going to keep my eyes peeled for any gateways, and also be very mindful of the elytra durability. We would not want that to break over the void. Alright, well, no gateway yet, but I do see that ancient city which we decided to pass up because we went to that other one, and I do know for a fact that there is a gateway very close to this, so we should be totally fine for getting home. The elytra is at plenty of durability as of right now, but I do still want to check out this ancient city anyway, just in case there's a few more diamonds in it. But compared to the ones that we've been raiding, this one is very weak, and I'm actually thinking there's not going to be any in there, so we'll just head to those gateways. There's one a little closer, and then one slightly beyond it. Alright, I found the evidence of where we approached that city, so we will just head back over in this direction, and that gateway should be popping up anywhere around here any moment now. Yes, there it is. I see it off in the distance right there. So we will just tower up and see if we can glide right into that on our first attempt. Let me just double check our elytra durability. Looks like we are doing just fine on that. And let's see if we can locate it. I think it's right behind that chorus plant here. Oh wait, no, it's back a little bit more. And we'll get the angle here and... well, there we go, close enough. That's interesting, we didn't get that advancement before. Escape the island. Normally we get that from the other, going through that portal. That's interesting. Anyway, I think now we can call that a success. Let's head home and evaluate our treasure, take care of some other enchantments, and see what else we need to do. Alright, and with the sun coming up on the horizon, we have safely made it back home. A very, very successful trip to the end with a dragon head, elytra, the egg, of course defeating the dragon itself. All of those levels to go along, and look at that, we get to come home to a very cozy interior. Let's go ahead and get our dragon egg in place. So we will open up the display case for that. We'll place down an ender chest. Since we have five of them, we can go ahead and place down a permanent one. Oh, it won't be permanent, but we can just place it there and leave it there for now. We'll grab our dragon egg out of there and place it on the redstone lamp. And like I said a couple episodes ago, see, you can't even tell that there's no leggings on there. Of course, did we find some? We sure did. So we can equip these anyway, just to say that we have a full set of diamond armor on that armor stand. Perfect. And then maybe we can put the dragon head right here. That's a good spot for that. And any other treasure that we found that we could maybe place in there. How about the chorus flower? Can we put that? Nope. Maybe we will just put an ender chest in there. That kind of matches the whole theme of our display case. Very happy with that. Maybe we could get some soul lanterns in there just for aesthetics. Of course, it's already well lit, but some soul lanterns in there will add to that blue that we have from the diamond armor. So there's our super valuable valuables. And in here, this is the rest of the treasure that we have come away with. So we have some more diamond chest plates, diamond helmets, diamond boots. We have all kinds of different armor. 17 diamonds themselves. So we will be able to duplicate some smithing templates a couple of times. Specifically these spire armor trims. Really cool design, I'm sure. Actually, I want to go see how this looks right now. So we'll just take these upstairs to our smithing table. And we will see how that looks. Not bad. Maybe iron isn't the best one to see that, but that's a pretty cool design. I still really like the snout pattern that we have. Of course, with the elytra now, we can actually see it on the leggings a little better, which is really cool. And that's the other thing. We have got to get mending and unbreaking on that as soon as possible. I also need to, it looks like, fill in some leaks in the roof so that when it rains, it doesn't get flooded in here. So we will add the smithing template into the chest with the rest of our armor trims. and we will throw in the rest of that treasure as well. And with the emeralds that we have, as well as a few more sticks that I can trade with the Fletcher, we can head back to the village, grab an Unbreaking 3 book, a Mending book. Well, I hope we have Unbreaking 3. I think we do, but at the same time, we didn't use it on the bow, so I guess we'll find out. And I finally have iron ingots while I'm in the village, so we can go ahead and heal some of these iron golems. This one definitely needs it, but the rest of them seem to be doing okay. Alright, here's our mending book, so let me see if we have an unbreaking book. I'm not really coming across any, and in a way, unbreaking is a little more important on Elytra than mending is. So I think I may need to wait for nightfall, and then I can cycle through and try to get a villager with Unbreaking 3. Alright, I got an Unbreaking 3 villager, of course, same thing I always do. I accidentally smacked him when I was cycling through wrecking the lectern, so it's a little bit more expensive, but it's not horrible. We will have to work with him in the future and get his prices down before he spreads the word about that. But with that Unbreaking 3 book and the Mending book, we are all set now to equip our Elytra with both of those enchantments, and we are gonna be all set to go. And I do want to also point out, while it would be more efficient to, say, fly from our home all the way to the village, or to our XP farm, or even to the boathouse, I really want to avoid using Elytra in relatively short distance scenarios like that, just because it kind of takes away from the whole experience of, you know, we have all of these paths and we have our horses, and it's all becoming just one big connected system. So ultimately, I really only want to use Elytra when we have to travel very far distances. That being said, we're going to go ahead and equip that and grab some firework rockets real quick, because I do want to see how the valley looks from up above. It looks like we only have one piece of paper, so just 3 rockets for now, but that's okay. Alright, and let's just kind of get an idea of how everything is coming together. That is a really cool sight. Also, it's actually been a while since I've been over to the boathouse. I don't think these chunks are loaded in, but we'll see if our roof has weathered at all. Yeah, it doesn't look like it has. So I'm going to need to spend some more time over here in the future, although it looks like we have a couple more than the last time, blocks that have weathered, but maybe it's almost time that we go out and find / raid an ocean monument. But it's definitely a large valley and a very big project for us to try and transform this entire valley into a picture similar to what we see right in here. But with all of that, with our Elytra and the successful trip from the end, that is actually where we are going to leave things for today. So I really hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Optimistic Survival series. If you did, definitely hit that thumbs up button, and be sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. Big success for us. We finally conquered the Ender Dragon, and it's on to the future of our world. I have a lot in store for us, and we are going to get right back into it in the next episode. Check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye.